Hi, this is Adam Kilborn with Black Raven Films, and I have a bunch of speakers here that I've been testing out the last week here, and I wanted to share some of the things that I found. Not a sound guy by any stretch of the imagination. This is actually my first foray into speakers and learning more about sound, so take all this with a grain of salt. That being said, I did learn some pretty practical stuff that I wish somebody else had sort of shared with me before I went down this path, and so I just wanted to just give you an update on what it is that I did. Originally started off with the Presonus 5s, the Eris 5s. They're a wonderful sounding speaker. They have a rich, nice tone. They've got a very nice price point, reasonably priced for an entry-level set of monitors. I would have been delighted with these had it not been for one thing, and that is that when you turn these things, when you turn these on with no signal going in, nothing running in it regardless of which outlet I put this thing into, this tweeter kicks out a audible level of white noise. When you're playing music, doesn't matter. The problem is that I don't play a lot of music all the time or listen to audio all the time. A lot of times I just am sitting there working on something and I need to have my speakers on because I'll be doing different things, but they'll be silent a lot of times. So as I'm sitting there, with these being 3 or 4 feet away, this starts giving me ear fatigue and it's annoying. So I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So I reached out to Presonus, talked to their technical department, and they asked for some fairly technical sound readings for it. And I grabbed a decibel meter and took some readings on it. And this, from 4 inches away, kicks off a couple of dBs of sound. They came back and said that's normal, and you'll just have to turn them off. And if I was just wanted to turn them off and deal with that, that'd be fine. But to be honest with you, I don't. I want to be able to leave my speakers on while I'm using them through the day and not have to constantly turning them on and off if I want to listen to something. So I was surprised. I think it should be an easy fix, I would think. I mean, these are great sounding speakers. If they could fix this tweeter issue, I'd be happy. But the problem is when no signal's going into this thing, it's, as far as I was concerned, it was unbearable. Maybe somebody else has got it and they're like, oh, it's wonderful, and maybe you just got a crap set. That could be the case. However, I sent one of these pairs already back. This is my second set of E5s, and both sets of speakers. So four different speakers all have the exact same thing, and it wasn't just something that I noticed. One of my other editors, she noticed it. My wife noticed it. As far as I was concerned, I wasn't going to have it anymore. So as much as I love the sound of these things, that little annoying white noise is enough for me to send these back. So I asked my friend over at Dog and Pony Show, John McLean, who is a whiz at music and sound and mixing and has a very successful company doing that, what he thought of a suggestion. And he mentioned, he had a pair of these Yamaha speakers and he loved them. And so I was like, well, that's a great suggestion. Let me check it out. So I went out and actually bought the HS5s, which is the new Yamaha series to replace the HS50s, and they're great. The problem is at least what I felt was there's not a whole lot of bottom end on that. There's not a lot of bass, and not that I want a whole lot of bass because I'm doing it more for critical listening, but it was my sentiment that these speakers don't work well on their own. You will need to pair them with the subwoofer, which is an additional $400. And I was like, that's a lot for just some speakers that I want. So I was like, well, what else are my options? And luckily, there happens to be a really great eBay store here in town. I didn't even realize it, but eStudio Star had a set of the HS7s for the exact same price that I got the HS5s from a Guitar Center. So I was like, let me try these guys out. So that's what I did. And that's what these are right here. These are the HS7s, and I'm tickled pink because I got them for the same price that I was going to pay for the HS5s, and they have a little bit more of that bottom end that I was looking for. And a couple other people I've listened to said that you should be able to mix just fine with these without the need for a subwoofer, which is kind of what I wanted for this. I don't do any music or really need to hear those deep resonant basses, and I'm in a small room, so I'd have some really difficult times dealing with those anyway. So At some point, maybe I get them, but for now, HS7s were wonderful. So that's my 2 cents. Hopefully that helps some of you guys that are out there searching and going, which speakers should I get? Wonderfully sounding speakers, totally shitty white noise out of the speaker, out of the tweeter, and as far as I was concerned, unusable because of that. The HS5s, wonderful sounding, very clean sounding, just missing a lot of the bottom end, and my suggestion would be if you get these, you're probably going to hear them and go, I probably need that subwoofer. HS7s, it's a nice middle ground, not quite the HS80s or 8s, and has a little bit more of that resonance that I was looking for. So yeah, that's about it. So anyways, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.